I'm gonna make this animation short and sweet, just like me, because animating takes a long time, and I don't have a lot of time. The book I read was The Storm Before Atlanta, and it's about this 11-year-old kid named Jeremy who's heard a story about a drummer boy who had like a celebratory funeral, and he said, I want to do that, I want to die for my country, and then he finds out, well, this isn't what I expected from the war at all. And there's also this slave girl who runs away from home, but I will explain more about that later. And then second is the inaccuracies and the accuracies. And then coming back to that slave girl, I'm not going to call her a slave girl because that sounds mean in my opinion. Her name is Dulcie. It's spelled D-U-L-C-I-E, and I had to Google it to make sure I was pronouncing it right. But anyway, during the Civil War times, there was slavery going on. That's a big factor of the war in the first place, at least from what I remember from learning about the Civil War. I might have learned it wrong. I hope not. But anyway, it's time for number 3, my overall enjoyment of the book. It was a little bit confusing at some parts, especially in the beginning, because it was switching between Jeremy and Dulcie. And I was confused because my mind is like, wasn't I just reading about him? But overall, I think it was a pretty good book to read, despite the confusion at some parts. But last but not least, what I learned and what did it leave me wondering about. One thing I learned was that 11-year-olds could join the war, and I was like, wow man, that's kind of crazy. Maybe I should join the war. As for wondering about things, everything was pretty clear to me in the first place, so I didn't really have any questions. Besides, why they would let 11-year-olds join the war. Well, now it's the end. I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed making it. The end. Goodbye.